Living in Germany as an international student is actually not an easy task, and I really give kudos to every international student in Germany. Hi guys, my name is Timilola, and if this is your first time on this channel, welcome. And if you are our returning subscribers, welcome as usual. And today I'll be sharing with you a blueprint of how to survive in Germany as an international student. Although I've made this into an ebook that you can download from my seller account, which I have the link already on my channel, on my YouTube channel, so you can also check it there, and I'll also be putting it in the description box below for you to check on and download, right? But nevertheless, I decided to just have a talk on it in order to create more awareness for this book, and also to make you international students in Germany have fun living in Germany. Yes. Okay, so without any further ado, let's just go right into today's video. And I'm going to be speaking using my laptop because I have the book opened already, and I'm just going to give a summary of each chapter, not really in depth, because like I said, you can download from my seller account. All right, so the topic of the book is the survival blueprint: how international students quickly build a stable life in Germany. Isn't that worth reading? I think it is, because when I was doing my master's in Germany, if only I had this opportunity, something like this guide, like this blueprint that I'm giving out to you guys right now, my journey in Germany would have been the smoothest, because everyone in this life actually loves things being smooth for them, right? But nevertheless, I still give thanks to God for it at all. He has helped me. But nevertheless, when you have foresight information, or when you have an existing information to build on, it makes things easier for you. It makes life easier for you. So exactly what this survival blueprint guide is going to do for you guys. Okay, so I made it into chapter. I have like 9 chapters, not too long, not too big for you guys to read, but exactly what you needed. Make your journey smooth and stress-free in Germany, and to even, make you build a quick, stable life in Germany. Let me quickly chip in this information. I remember when someone was asking me that, because Germany is not an English-speaking country, even though they speak English to an extent, and how would international students quickly find their means of survival in Germany? Then I told the person that it is possible, because I have seen people that were possible for, and also on my own part, God has been faithful. Remember the person also saying, is it possible within 2, 3, 5 years, or like UK and some other countries? Then I told the person that it is possible. In fact, it is possible within 2 years, 3 years. If only you have a guide, if only you know the way, if only you understand how German system works. So in this guide, I'm going to be telling you, I'm going to be telling you how these are possible. Because when I newly came to Germany, like I said earlier, if only I'd have like 1/10 of the information I have now that I'm dishing out to you guys, if only I had just 1/10 of that information, I would have built on it and use that to start my life quickly in Germany, and to also build a stable life in Germany now. But nevertheless, like I said earlier, thanks to God, He has been so faithful. Okay, So with my chapter 1, I have the introduction, and the introduction is just simply introducing Germany to you. And still under that chapter 1, I have what I wrote there as understanding the German system. This I actually put in form of very short information, like the direct information you needed. You know, there are some times when you read some books, what they expected you to bring out of that book is just a sentence, but they will rather build a lot of sentences around it, maybe sometimes getting boring for you to read, and you just lose hope, then you throw away. But in this case, in this book, in this guide I've made, I actually made it in such a way that you're just getting the direct, this, when you hear the outermost layer, yes, the outermost layer of everything, like the most needed information is what I have put in there. So still under chapter 1, I have understanding the German system. So you have to understand the German system. I'm sorry, this video might be a little bit longer because I'm going to be speaking a little bit concerning each of those chapters, right? So you have to understand the German system. And once you understand the German system, trust me, you are gone already. Like, you are good to go already. And your stable life is just like 2 or 3 years around the corner for you. Okay. So still under that chapter 1, I also have the structure of student life in Germany. So you have to understand how international students' life are being structured in Germany. You know what? You have to totally understand this fact that a German student in your class is different from you as an international student. You might be studying the same thing, but trust me, you are not on the same level. So please just take that, know that. I think in my own country, in Nigeria, even if I'm in the same class with an international student, I am so sure that that international student is even benefiting more than I from Nigeria. But in the case of Germany, it is opposite. The German students are not your mates. When it comes to every other thing to give them a stable life, they already have it. So don't categorize yourself with German students. They are just there and you are there. So you as an international student, you have to understand your structure, your own structure as a student in Germany. So that I've already put in this book also. So still going under that chapter 1 rather, I also have legal status of international students. You have to know your legal status. You have to know everything about legal things that has to do with students, the ones that that can be offered to you for free, because as a student you should be able to have an advisor in your school that even if you have any problem outside the university, they can stand for you for free. So all this you have to know and you have to understand. Okay, so the next thing under that chapter 1 is also the German bureaucracy culture. So many times I always say German bureaucracy is actually I don't want to say that, but it's actually like that. So you have to understand this culture, because trust me, when you understand all these things, it makes life so easier for you, and you can easily build your stable life within 2-3 years of you being in Germany as a student. Trust me, you can. Once you understand all these things, I promise you guys, seriously, because you know, right now, if anyone would ask me that, what would I like to, okay, maybe this I want to say, I might use it as another video. right? I might use it as another video, because the question will be, if I'm just newly landing in Germany, or if I'm just newly thinking of coming to Germany to study, what are the things I would have done? Then I will list every one of them. And trust me, if I had known all these things that I'm sharing with you at the time, at this time, because this would have been most of the things I would have been talking about too, I would have had a stable life within 2-3 years, 3 years maximum. So let's just move forward from that. Okay, so the next thing under that chapter 1 is essential institutions every student must know. When we talk about institutions, like, you know, different types of institutions, you just have to understand. As a student, do not allow work, academics only to cover your face from the essentials that will even make work and academics easier for you. So you have to understand all these institutions. So all these are in this book. Just click on the link in this description box of this video. Click on it, or on the general description box of my YouTube channel. Click on it and go to the seller account there, and you know, you can even copy the link and put your browser. If you cannot click, then download this book from them. It is Survival Blueprint. Okay, then under chapter 1 also, I'm still having financial requirements for international students. How do I mean by financial requirements? You know, when you are coming to Germany as a student, you have to block an account, which I'd already made a series of videos on. You have to block that account. So when you block this account, as soon as you are landing in Germany, you also have to open an account that is based in Germany, because that is where they would be sending this money to, right? And apart from that, there are some other financial requirements you have to understand as an international student in Germany. You remember I said you have to understand Germany bureaucracy culture. So this is also like interwoven, but I decided to just write it separate under this chapter 1, just to make things easier for you. Okay, so the next thing under that chapter 1 is the health insurance requirements. You also have to understand your health insurance, because I have seen a lot of questions from we international students mostly on how this health insurance works. Health insurance is something you cannot negotiate in Germany. It is non-negotiable. It's just like you buying bread in Nigeria. I think you are buying bread everywhere. It has a fixed price. Once the price is on it, you dare not price. So same thing is applicable with health insurance in Germany. But you have to understand the nitty-gritty behind this health insurance. Don't just jump into any type of health insurance. You have to understand your purse, you have to understand your finances, and you have to understand your condition, your own health condition, and you also have to understand the type of insurance to go for as a student, because this will help your purse with time, in the sense that it depends. If you go for the most expensive one, then you are in it already, even though you can change. But I do not really know, I'm not so sure if students can change insurance. Yeah, you can change. So you can, even though you can change your insurance, but then why waste a lot of money before knowing that you could have done this or done that before? Okay, so you have to understand the health insurance requirements. Then the last thing under chapter 1 is why understanding the system determines success. This is just like a summary of the whole thing. Why understanding the system determines success. Like I said earlier, if I knew 1/10 of what I know now, when I newly came to Germany, I think I would have found my stable life as early as my second or at most my third year. Even before I finished with my master's at all, I would have done that. But thank God, like I said, he has been so faithful. Okay, so moving to, I think this video is going to be very long, but nevertheless, okay, this video is going to be long. I realize this video is going to be very long, and I do not want this video to be too long. So that means I'm going to be making another video to talk about chapter 2 and subsequently chapter 3, chapter 4 until I finish. So this is going to be like a video that is going to be creating an awareness for this book, and I hope you guys find this book useful for you and you can thank me later, because trust me, if you follow every bit by bit, it's just like a guide into the future for you. So this book won't even take you up to a day before you understand everything in there. That is if you're a fast learner and you put in your mind and your time, because this 24 hours book, in fact, it's not even up to, let me just say, this book is going to help you to retrieve and to save your time, your energy, and most thing is your time, because time is money, trust me. So this book is going to save you all that if you can take your time to read it, for you to understand everything. And if you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. I will be there to answer you, right? I hope this helps you, because I thought I could be able to make a full video, but I realized no, I cannot. So I only made on chapter 1, and I hope with these few points from just this chapter 1, you can see that this is a must-have ebook for you. And I hope to see you in the next video. And before I see you in the next video, if this is the channel that you would like to be watching and be getting information from as an international student, or as an intending international student, even as an intending worker from anywhere you are in the world that you plan coming to Germany to work, if this YouTube channel is for you, then what are you waiting for? Hit the subscription button and click on the notification bell, so that as soon as I drop a new video, then you get the notification about the new video. And see you in my next video. Bye bye.